Torah Life Ministries, come out of the world. Messiah people seek the truth.
Hunting is not killed the right way when you hunt, the way people hunt today. And so Esau killed an animal, and so the animal is now Nevela, and he gives it to Isaac.
Yep.
And Isaac eats it, and it's probably not the first time Isaac ate it.
At Isaac's request. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
did Isaac not know this information that you're talking about, or did he just not care?
Oh, it's a fantastic question. How do we go with that? The first, question for both of you. I think Victor knows the answer. What is the first dietary commandment that was given at Sinai? At Sinai.
I'm thinking it's Helev.
Not Helev. Nope. First dietary commandment given at Sinai. Paul, do you know? Most people do not, and it's really interesting. I'm going to go there right now if you don't mind.
Okay.
We're going to go to the last verse of Exodus chapter 22, and I'm going to do a screen share. Give me a second here. One moment.
It's not about the blood?
Nope. The first dietary commandment given at Sinai, and unfortunately there's a huge mistranslation here. Exodus 22, verse 30, verse 31 in the English, it says, "Well, Anshe Kodesh Tiyun Li." Holy men or holy people, you shall be to me. What's that?
Treifa.
Treifa, yes. First commandment, first dietary commandment given at Sinai. It says, "You should be holy men unto me." And it's no accident that it begins with such a huge declaration. Anshe Kodesh, men of holiness, Tiyun Li, to me. Uvasar baseda, flesh in the field, Treifa, torn, lo tochelu, you should not eat. Lachelev tash likun otho, to the dog you shall give it as it cast it. This word terefa, unfortunately, this is another case where the translation tradition tends to overinterpret it. The Hebrew here is simply torn. It doesn't say of beasts. This phrase of beast is not there in the Hebrew. As we've looked at before in other studies, this word terefa can be used for behavior that humans do, behavior that animals do, behavior that God does. Humans can tear flesh. God can tear. Animals can tear. It simply says that torn flesh. It says basar baseda terefa, flesh that is found in the field that is torn. And the first commandment given, the first dietary commandment given at Sinai is not to eat terefa. And terefa includes hunted meat. Now we see before Sinai that there were different levels of compliance with what we now know from Sinai. And there are different ways to understand that. And what I see happening is that initially what we did dietarily as far as restrictions on species that we ate, etc., had to do specifically with the altar and with the offerings that were made. And over time, as we get to Sinai, the restrictions, they grow relative to the altar, and until eventually the entire people has the incumbency to eat at the same level that we eat food at the altar, aside from ritual purity concerns. So the treifa allowance, Isaac was eating treifa. Esau was eating treifa. Jacob married two sisters. Okay, we see things happening before Sinai that we can't use them as permissions to do things that Sinai prohibits us from doing.
Torah Life Ministries, come out of the world. Messiah people seek the truth.